What's up, Underground? It's been a hot minute.
It's us! Brought a hand model. Yeah. You may recognize Coach from such SSI hits as How to Build an Arc R12 like you care.
He made various cameos in our SSI Island Cross videos.
Mm-hmm. Fun fact, the one video that we have on the channel where Coach builds the R12 has more views than all of our other videos combined times 10 and continues to grow, which just says that everything we're doing here right now is a complete fucking waste of time.
So what are we working on tonight?
Well, I sent you an expertly prepared R11 mid that you failed to win the Summer Sizzler with. You had every opportunity. That still reeks of your failure, and we've got to set up for carpet.
Quick question, Lyle. I asked you specifically to tear this car apart before we got here.
Don't need that. Woo-wee! Time to start welding with my McLaren SSI soldering iron. Does this thing go to 11? Apparently that's as far as I'll go. That's disappointing. I think I need more temperatures than that. Oh, look at that quality workmanship. Especially that one on C there. That's... Ow! Fuck. See, this is what I'm talking about. I don't think there was a problem here. Probably could have gone another, 2.5 years. Like I said, clear as the day it went in. It's like 1 in the morning. Bored, maintenanced out. I think I've done some things. The diff, it's cleaner than it was. The fluid apparently is clear, but I'm done. I'm bored. I'm not doing no more. Coach and the midget can help figure the rest out. You know the best part of the wife not being home? You get to leave this out overnight on the kitchen table. Blah!
I asked you specifically to tear this car apart before we got here so we could make this video. And here's a car that's not torn apart.
No, it is. Look,
No.
here's a part. Here's a part. And there's parts all over the place that used to be on the car and
I
are
just
no
have
longer.
one question. Why, during your teardown, did you take the diff out of the car and then put the shock tower back on if it was a teardown?
Because there were shims underneath these freaking little turnbuckles. I didn't want to lose them. I hate losing.
You know, you
shims.
could just put the shim in your little parts tray here and then carry on.
No, everything falls out of that when I knock it over.
Yeah.
Because I have to put everything away at night, except last night. I made a list.
Yep.
Check it out.
Sponsored by Maker's Mark.
Yeah. Cockpit prep. Fine chassis. Check. There it is. Why do I have a new chassis, you might ask? We should probably just start here.
Yeah, let's talk about this.
New chassis. Put it on one side. Tap, 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 tap. Old chassis. Put your finger down on it.
Huh. You know, if you get your knee in the center of that, you could probably go like that.
I think you got a batch of bad aluminum.
Fucking defective. So, new chassis. Going on the car, because the last one was bad. Found chassis, check. Swap chassis. Next. Diff! I did the diff.
Which means we're going to be redoing the diff.
What the fuck?
What the hell? It's glistening.
It's
It's full.
That's a feature.
I filled it.
What is wrong with you?
I filled it. I wiped it off.
Let me see this.
I wiped it
It's
down.
weeping out of every orifice.
Yeah. No.
There
Yes, it is.
are holes in the side of this, little tiny holes in the side of this, that are not holes, they are oil.
Yeah.
It's freaking dripping!
It was just really full.
Jesus, dude. It's still coming out of the springs.
Is it possible to get your diff too full? Okay, so diff. Check.
Uncheck. So we've done nothing.
Well, that's not entirely true. Shocks. You're the shock whisperer. We're going to do some shocks. Oh, the new Roadkill episode came out this week, so I watched that last night. That was badass.
Good checklist.
That's solid. Yeah.
They put a 2JZ in the...
Oh, the death metal charger.
yeah, Death Metal Charger. There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fantastic. So, find new LiPo. Oh, check. Hold on.
Is it new though?
Yes, brand new. Hasn't been left or used.
What size is that?
It's the size they had in stock. My motor, not check. It's only a week away. Need to find a motor. We'll talk about that later. Dranks.
Oh, cheers.
Hey.
Check. Gearing, glue tires, set electronics, body, weight, and balance.
Can I? I'd like to make a few revisions. We're gonna cross off some things that just aren't gonna happen. Weigh and balance, not gonna happen. Body, not gonna happen. Set electronics, not gonna happen.
Quitter.
Glue tires, not gonna happen. Install motor, not gonna happen. Diff.
Can we list drinks one more time?
Yeah.
Can it take a spot?
So diff, shocks, and
Fine.
swap a chassis.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
Let's build a car.
No, let's disassemble one.
Yeah.
All right, first step. I guess I'll give you these shocks so you can get started. You're welcome.
Can I see that diff?
Sure. It's full.
That's enough.
You know, it's a good thing I brought a whole can of solvent.
Why is this screw loose?
Well, one of them's mildly
Stripped? One was mildly stripped. Did you hear that?
Oh my
Mildly
God.
stripped.
Maybe it expanded under the stress of all that oil that I crammed in there.
Oh my God.
Just keep...
Did you put the oil inside the diff or did you pour it over the top? This screw's loose too. Were you drinking when you did this?
Of course.
Should we see what's inside of here? I'm curious. How is it dirty?
Did you clean out the inside before you put new fluid in?
No.
Did you just dump the old fluid back in this?
That looks filthy.
It was pretty dirty.
It still does.
You think it's dirty now? You should have seen it last night. But I let it sit for an entire roadkill episode
Just
for the diff to drain.
I don't know why I drove an hour to get here. I am regretting every minute.
Yeah, I don't either. But, you know, you did. You're
Now, when you're building shocks and you need to dump your excess oil and the guy working next to you doesn't really want it in their area or on top of them, you use an empty beer can.
Good thing about these art diffs is they're really good with the O-rings don't wear out.
No, they really don't.
They don't leak unless Kyle built it.
That's fair.
So like I said, the only reason that I ever
Oh,
see
shit.
these art diffs leak is if you overfill them. The pressure.
Okay.
It causes it to go through. So the
For
idea
instructions on how to build an ARC diff for details, see the hand model that builds an R12 right up here in our channel. Sorry.
So the
Is that what you're about to tell me?
The idea when you fill this is you just fill oil to the top of the crossbar.
Oh, God, that would have been a lot easier than what I did.
This feels like we should have a funeral because there is more oil in this thing on the outside than I have ever seen on the outside of an arc diff.
I may have made
Like
that.
ever. There's dog hair in it. He has managed to fill oil in this outer freaking chamber, man.
It escaped.
How do you get oil in this outside area out here? It's like full.
Oh, I filled that before I put it in.
Oh, Jesus. What oil are we putting in this?
5K? That's what the midget told me. Hopefully there's
5K?
enough left.
It didn't leak before it ever hit the track. It didn't leak just sitting on a table. What do you have to do to build a diff that leaks sitting on a table?
You lile it.
Did I call it the setup sheet that I gave him to build this car? The oil for the diff has never been opened.
Well, this is awkward. Probably because changing the oil in the diff's so hard, I decided not to do it.
This portion of the video is sponsored by Fremont Brewing Sky Kraken Hazy Pale Ale. And
And Red Hook Brewing's Peaches for Me IPA.
And anger management. So I'll show you this, and I doubt you'll ever remember it. Put of oil in the bottom of this, and you probably can't see it.
Just like so?
Just like so. So you get a little bit on there. So you got some on the gear. Then you place your gear set inside to reduce the amount of air bubbles.
Well, that's interesting, man. That's fucking interesting. Wait, those gears come out?
So I'll give a little rock.
a little shimmy, a little shake.
Yeah. Kind of works the oil into the gears there
That's
a little bit,
interesting,
right? Then kind of poke it back down in there. So when you fill this up, you only fill it to the very top of the crossbar. That is all. No more. Anything more than that, you've overfilled it.
Clearly.
So if you just fill it to the top of the crossbar, just to the top of the crossbar, it will not leak later.
Just
okay?
the tip of the crossbar? Just the tip?
The top of the crossbar.
And thus concludes Coach's Tech Tip of the Day.
I think what you did with this last night there, Lyle, is you overfilled it, and I'll bet when you were putting it together, like oil was seriously coming out of the screws.
Oh, everywhere. No, it was.
That's way too full. So I'm going to spray this out one more time now that it's sealed up, and we're going to make sure no oil comes out of this again.
You hear that, Lyle?
Yes.
What I typically do is when I build a diff, I never take it apart again.
Fuck, I was already there.
So let's leave that on the table for a little while, and let's see if it puddles up like yours did.
Diff's still dry, Lyle.
Give it time.
Give it.
Once I pop a couple breather holes in there, it'll moisten right up. Just like a shock cap, right? You gotta bleed them? Is there a bleed screw going in this thing?
Nice to know you've used your diff alignment tool.
Oh, by the way, I need to give this to you guys because this is the worst fucking tool in the history of the world.
No. Do you know how to use it?
No.
I'll demonstrate how this little tool works. Because yes, you have to do it correctly. Jesus. Did you get that tight enough there?
I think so.
Jesus. Because if you are building a car, you should have all this stuff loose. Doesn't have to come off of the car. It just needs to be loose.
Loose like an islander.
So if you notice, it has notches at the top, right?
Yeah.
Those notches line up with the holes right here.
Saw that in the instructions.
Right?
Shortly before the disappointment ensued. Yeah.
The whole thing is loose there.
Yeah.
Like
This hole's your friend, like so.
Like so. The idea here is that when you take this and you wiggle this around a little bit, these rods should move smoothly. If they do that, it's not lined up correctly. So now when you take this, give a little tap, hold the bulkheads down, give these a 2-finger tight,
Like so?
and then you check it. You check it, 2-finger tight, and you make sure that this stuff moves smooth. If it doesn't, the reason I said 2-finger tight is because now you can adjust it and get things loosened up a little bit to where these things move smooth. If they're not smooth, it's not lined up right. That means shit's cattywampus. See this? And it's tightened up enough on the bottom that that's not going to move, right? And then you finish it up. So now these things pop out, right? Like so. So where's your bearings and cams?
My eccentrics.
Hey, did those bearings still spin?
I mean, they were oiled
Did I?
as part of my prep before I gave it to you.
I just
When
so
you didn't
oil doesn't
win.
mean they spin.
Under enough pressure, they spin.
Under enough pressure.
When properly motivated.
Tell me, on your setup sheet, how is your diff going in there? Okay, whatever. So Jesse, can you tell me where the diffs are there?
High and high.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Drive through.
So did you take the front of the car apart and do anything with it other than just transplant it?
No.
You didn't check your bearings?
No.
You didn't check the arms on the hinge pins? You
Check them how?
You didn't check.
Check.
Like that they actually move on them?
I was getting there. I was getting there, and then you took it.
Did you check any of the plastics to make sure that they're
Fucking
not broken
Christ.
or cracked?
I assume they are. No,
I assume they are.
No, I did not. I was just throwing the parts on the car.
What do you think of this? How does this look to you, Jesse? How's this look?
That looks problematic.
How does that look?
Should I put some oil
Those
on that?
are the low friction.
They're only low friction until somebody gets frickin' dirt and crap in there and never cleans it. You realize those can be cleaned, right?
I did not.
You can take this,
Dishwasher. Wait a
just
minute.
like so.
How'd you get that off? Normally I have to hit a pipe.
So
Touche, motherfucker.
repeatedly.
It's not coming off. Try it again.
A lot of times, the reason why it sticks like that is because you actually have stuff inside of it.
Yeah, it's in there to free it up.
I noticed because of all the carpet fuzz and all the tire dust that shit happens more during indoor season than it does outdoor.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
carpet racing's way dirtier than racing outdoors.
Yep.
That was
By far and away.
So what have we learned so far here tonight? Have we learned anything at all that you're going to remember?
Oh no, tons.
Or is just this an exercise to try and get your car ready to race?
He brought us over here, fed us beer and steak.
Although,
so he
in
could
fairness-
fix his
So he
shit.
just fixed his car? I mean, I would
Glad
start.
you fought traffic to get here.
I would start by taking the wheels off, and then driving something up to the tires. So this car is going to be a shit show by next Wednesday. Because we're not going to be able to finish this tonight, and you're going to have to take over the rest, and that's scary. Do you have any respect for your toys at all?
Yes.
Okay, then explain your car.
That's why you're here. So shocks are gonna go back in the car. I'll do springs. From
We
the
have
set of
accomplished jack shit. It took you all night to build those shocks.
Because they were that fucked.
So what's left on this thing after you guys are gone? So I'll finish slamming everything, the electronics.
No.
and all that shit.
Hold on. This is where you go sideways. You talk
Just
about
here?
You talk about slamming things in and throwing things in. Everything goes in a technical way to ensure that it runs in an effective way on the track. Not so it falls apart in Q2 because shit was so bound up that the part fucking broke. Listen, there shouldn't be so much tension on your steering knuckle that when you tap a pipe it explodes.
Mm-hmm.
This comes from experience, I
Mm.
would guess. Well, this is a big race.
Please put your car together with care and love. Treat it like you do Jesse.
Just cradling it.
That's just what I've heard, bro.
Cradle it? You can't fucking
I
swaddle me, man.
I believe they call that a swaddle.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
What do you think you have left to do on that car?
Let's check
No,
the list.
no. No list. I want you to look at the car, and I want you to tell me what you have left to do on that car.
So
No,
I've never
okay.
seen so much shit out for a single toy car to put together for a race night. That's a week away still.
Looking at that car, what else do you have to do on that car?
I need to put the battery hold downs on it. You need to mount the ESC and the capacitor. Need to get actually the receivers on there. Yay. Need to get the top deck in after the ESC goes
That's
on.
on there? I thought you just tossed it on the...
No, I put it on the highest part of the chassis to keep
Look
the
at that!
center
Everything
gravity
comes
low.
off. If I could just
I'm
get,
looking at the coil of wire on that thing. Are you trying to produce music?
I just want
What do
this attached too, so 2 screws takes all the electronics off. 4 if
Okay,
you have the
so
motor
you know
attached.
on a mid-motor that your ESC goes behind the motor, right?
We're trying to get a radio channel in from
What?
Alaska.
It goes behind the motor.
Yeah, this mounts.
No.
This mounts back here. This mounts back.
No,
here.
it does
Yes,
not.
it absolutely does. Your receiver goes right there. The motor goes right there. Before we get too involved here, this requires him re-welding these wires, which is surely going to
No.
result in an RMA.
Worse than that, I'm going to be welding the tabs on a $180 cheater motor, unaccompanied.
Have you looked at the tabs on said cheater motor?
No. So you still got to install the tabs?
Look at the...
Fuck, the tabs are like an accessory? You got to buy them and screw them
It's a
on?
freaking slot.
It's a slot.
With your top deck that goes on top of here, you can continue your wires all the way up and go around, but that is a big freaking pain in the ass because it's a ton of wire high, right? What everybody does is they desolder positive and negative,
90-degree angle.
90 degree and back.
Now I'm going to be getting my welding torch near over $300 in electronics in a night.
If you can get some wire, drop the car off at work, and I will solder it for you at home.
Actually, let him run yours. Just let him run your car.
That one?
No.
Oh, that one? Yeah, that one's ready to go.
Yeah, that one's ready.
Not happening.
What? It'll be fine.
No.
So, what do we do?
Well, we built shocks. Jesus Christ.
Go ahead, buddy.
God damn it. I hate you both. We built
Spinner.
shocks. Coach built a diff. Again.
It was fine.
Was not fine. Shocks were not fine. They're built. Lyle put his chassis together.
Ish.
Ish.
It was a shit show.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
can I just say I brought you guys here to help me burn this list down, and as you leave, I'm pretty sure I've got more shit on the list
Yeah.
That's generally how a list works.
than
It's-
I did when you arrived.
Can you name one time you've ever written down a list and that wasn't the case with your cars?
Well, when you guys aren't here, it's fine. The list
When you
stays
bring
nice.
It's
your
never
car,
fine.
When you bring your car
what you
over
bring
to me,
to the racetrack is never fine.
Angry.
he brings his car to me at the racetrack and says, "What's wrong with this?" And it turns into, well, because this, and this is broke. But it's just one thing I'm worried about. Yeah, well, you got 10 things broke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what happened tonight.
Also, did we follow the setup sheet?
Yes. Can you read the setup sheet yet?
Mostly.
Do you know where the diff height is?
It's on that sheet.
Can you tell me where?
It's on the side.
We didn't learn a damn
No.
thing.
No, we did not.
It's in there somewhere.
We did not. This is all prepping for one car. One car that is yet to be done yet.
There's 4 cars on the table.
After 3 hours of squirrel dicking around with this thing, this is how far we have gotten.
You know, I'd say thanks, guys, but I'd like to mean it. So, instead, you know, get out of here. Just go.
Fair enough.
No, thanks. Appreciate the help. I think
No, he doesn't.
I got work to do.
All right, I'm out. Thanks, Lyle.
My name's not Lyle, prick.
Frick, man. Why are you being
So angry.
so insulting?
Alright, I guess I should probably put this stuff away.
You said freaking penny cream.
Yeah, well, she's used to it. I call her prick all the time.
She's used to it.
It was just a jealous thing.
Yeah.
Here's a little story about a nice guy. What is it gonna hear? Who make you wanna cry? One day said to me, man, I need a day off. So stop without a doubt. I wanna fucking scream and shout.
Asshole.
Why don't you start?
Are we gonna keep the condiments in here?
I'm filling shocks with that.
Oh, sorry.
Log jam and take 3.
Oh, God.
Yeah. What do we call these?
Chamfers.
Chamfers.
That's my favorite word. Various camel toes. Yeah.
Your parents watch this?
Oh
My
God.
dad does. Hey, Dad. The next time I heard your voice after editing that 4-hour fucking video, I almost just punched you in the face out of reflex.
Spokane women are fast. You don't need comments there.
We just defended the whole side of the state. So, good job. That is so getting edited.
That's
You know
good.
what I'm
man.
gonna-
You know he's a minority, right?
No, it's the whole business.
I'm gonna go ahead and clean these off for you. I'm gonna wipe the tip.
Just the tips?
At least you used the paper towel and not my sheets this time. Huh.
The key is, dip your screw.
Dick your screw. Got it. Copy.
There'll be enough left over, so it goes into your hole effectively.
Bodine does everything in inches.
Because he's the CRC guy.
Because-
Are they still a thing?
I think so.
I mean, I know they dictate the carpet we run on, but do they do anything else?
They made masks, I think, for COVID people.
I think that's the CDC.
I think you're right. Self.
Get,
There it
God
is.
damn it. Want to try it?
Yeah.
You got bigger hands than I do.
The bigger everything you do.
Shut up. God damn it.
No wonder you're so angry. If everyone that's taller than you is an asshole, this is gonna take a while.
Jesse,
Yeah, what?
grow up.
Why?
No, really, get taller.
So I never really followed Michael Bolton, but I heard he had like a massive fallout for some reason. What was that about? Who knows about that?
Comment below.
Nailed it.
Look. It's got a little extra at the tip. I'm the victim here.
Who wins in all of this? You guys get to make fun of me, and the damn hobby shop owner, the greedy hobby shop owner, gets to extract more money from me after his defective product.
Are you calling Lily greedy?
I wasn't naming names.
What do you mean, you people?
Short people.
What about those off-road guys?
God's greedy.
I was gonna say we should switch to drag racers. Yeah, this thing.
Okay. Oh, we could call them psychots. You live your life like a no prep drag racer. No prep.
Where's that on here?
Is it going top or bottom?
There. Trying to find where the diff is. ATS setup, no. Camel toe, no.
What part of the setup are you reading? Pornhub?
What do they call it? Oval spec? Oh. It's like scorched earth with the RC
really is.
landscape tonight.
Yeah,
Airplane.
We haven't really touched on the.
Now that's control. I'm sorry. You build
Wait,
an
do they
airplane
still
from
fly
scratch?
airplanes? I thought Boeing ruined that. They're not just quads now? Do they still fly the things with 2 wings?
Most of it. Quads is like the off-road
Eastern Washington.
airplanes.
Eastern Washington's good.
Tony's gonna be
I don't know how to bleep stuff in the editing software yet, but I'm alert. I know, but he's nice. Okay.
There's people that race with him that say maybe not so much.
Oh, on the track, he's an asshole.
We are literally on an island, a shit show island, and we have burned every bridge going off that fucking island tonight. Log jamming, take 3.